Hi, I'm Johanna Teske. I'm a staff scientist at the Carnegie Earth and Planets Laboratory. So, do we know of any habitable exoplanets? We now know of a large and diverse sample of these planets around other stars. Here is plotted exoplanet orbital period in days versus radius in Earth radii, or mass in Earth masses. You can see here that the exoplanets that we found so far are mostly not like those in our solar system, which are these orangish reddish dots. Most of the exoplanets we found are larger than the Earth or more massive, and they also orbit their stars at shorter orbital periods or closer distances. The short orbital periods of these planets means that they're pretty hot, sometimes 10 times as hot as the Earth, which is too hot for liquid water to exist on the surface of the planet. This is perhaps the simplest definition of whether a planet is potentially habitable or not. Can liquid water exist on the surface? There are a few exoplanets that are within the right temperature range to qualify as potentially habitable by this definition. But there are many other aspects of the habitability of our planet Earth that are just much harder to measure in exoplanets. So, do these planets have atmospheres, and what are those atmospheres made of? Are compounds cycled between the atmosphere and the interior, like on our planet? Is there a magnetic field to protect the planet from harmful stellar radiation? Considering these more complex variables, we really don't know if there are any habitable exoplanets. But trying to understand how to make some of these measurements and how to interpret astronomical observations is a key aspect of the research happening at Carnegie. However, maybe the next habitable planet we find, other than the Earth, won't actually be an exoplanet at all. As you may have heard, scientists recently published a detection of phosphine in the atmosphere of Venus. And phosphine is a molecule associated with anaerobic microbes on Earth. Could this mean that Venus has life, has microbial life? Maybe, but it's still too early to tell. There could be exotic chemistry or other geological processes responsible for that phosphine that we've observed. But it's a very exciting prospect of a potentially habitable planet much closer to home.